and welcome to the show, Geeks Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things, and talk about stocks, because we're doing it this episode. Probably only ever this episode. But you can also contact us by emailing us at geekswired@gmail.com, or send us a text message or a phone number at 801-896-4335. You also can help support us at patreon.com/geekswired, where you get access to the podcast early. Because I didn't do it in the same order as normal, I am your host, Bill, and the other host we have is Anthony.
Hello.
Hi. We're going to start things off while you're looking this up. See how it goes. It'll be in your notes that they sent you. Google now owns Fitbit. And by say now, I mean like about a month ago, we've been sitting on this and pondering what we're going to do. But I asked Anthony if he made money from when he purchased it, from when Google purchased it, and they closed out the Fitbit stock and paid everyone out on their stocks. I think I made like 30 cents a stock. All 4 or 6 or 7 of them. I don't even remember how many I had.
So, like, they didn't pay what the stock was worth?
They paid what it was worth at the moment they closed it out.
Was it worth that less?
No, I made over.
Oh.
I made like 30 cents on top of what I paid for it.
I see.
So I came out positive. That's what I mean.
How am I supposed to find this?
So that is something else I did have to go figure out. Is in your notes it'll say that they closed it out and you got paid so much per share.
Where's the notes?
The notes are under...
Messages?
Yes.
Because I have nothing about that on there. Never mind. Nope, Never mind. Nope. That one was just telling me about my dividend with
all right.
certain things.
So I purchased it. I purchased it for $7.14 per share. And then if I go through my stuff...
How do you find that?
Right there. It's right next to Fit. Actually, it has a
I have
logo.
nothing about that in there.
You have nothing in your messages?
Nope. This is all my messages.
Wow. All you have is the current events. Can you clear them out?
I don't know. I've also not... I think this is the first time I've opened my Robinhood account in like over a year, so... How do you see what stuff you have? Because I don't even know how to use this app anymore.
Well, I guess, what are you trying to say?
What app is that?
What app is what?
Oh, remember this.
Oh, yes. No. I still have my MoviePass stock, too. You can only sell it. You cannot...
Can't buy it.
Yes.
No, I don't have it in here anymore. At all.
Actually, I don't know where my sell went. I know I saw it. Maybe it was my email. Oh, or one of the other many things that I got. I know I ended up like looking it up to see how much it was. Because I ended up... Maybe it was... Oh, I know what it was. It was during event changes. So you also can go to your history. So if you go over here, go to your wallet, and you come look at recent history, and you go show all.
I'm just in all history.
All right, you're going to be going back. I've been doing some stuff with stocks lately. Wow, where is that? It is in here somewhere. That is my purchase. Okay, I don't know where it happened. I know I made money off of it. Transfers?
Yeah, like I have my order for when I bought Fitbit.
I don't know where it went now. I know I saw it because I was very curious about it.
I might have to ask them about that because I bought 10 shares.
But you should have money. You should have cash available now. Do you see your cash available?
I have... Where's that? I don't know how to use this app.
Okay. So in the main one...
Yep.
Buying power.
Yep.
I have 36 pennies right now.
I think most of my buying power is coming from my Microsoft stock.
Are you getting dividends for your Microsoft?
Yep.
Oh. Was that in your notes for your money?
Yep.
Click on dividends.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
See?
Wow, that's really cool.
I get 50 cents every, 3 months.
Oh, actually, I'm feeling better now. I'm getting 36 cents a month.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of this.
I ended up getting a dividend that pays out monthly, all 12 pennies a share. I'm making bank. Actually, with any luck, there is some other stuff that ended up going on, which was... I'm guessing you never bought into GameStop or GME.
No, I didn't know anything about it until it was far too late. And I still probably wouldn't have bought anything anyways. If I hadn't known about it, because I don't want to watch. Stocks stress me out, so
That's why you haven't come back to Robinhood in a while?
Yeah, I think the last time I logged into it was to change my password because I was going through and changing all my passwords. So they weren't the same.
So, thanks to Reddit and GameStop and people thinking it was going to go down and people going that, betting that it's going to go, that they should go up eventually because GameStop isn't failing. I mean, they've even bought companies and they are good on all their debts and people still go to them to buy games. Yes, it is not the newest, latest big thing, but people still go buy consoles from them. People still go buy games from them.
I mean, I did when I was buying consoles. My last consoles, actually, I think all of them came from there.
Actually, I think all of my consoles have come from them too.
Except for my Switch. My Switch may not have come from there because I couldn't find them. Did I get mine from Fred Meyer? I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I didn't get my my Nintendo Wii from them. I got my Nintendo Wii from Walmart with some luck on my side.
Oh, did you buy it whenever they were
Impossible
like
to find.
hotcakes?
Yeah, when they were impossible to find. Ended up wandering through Walmart game area. I'm like, well, let's do the regular walkthrough of not finding it. I see two of them hey, I need to get customer service. I need somebody. But so people were hedging that it's going to, and people have been buying GameStop stock for the past year on and off. But this last little bit, Reddit user groups they noticed that there were some short bets or short sales going on. And what happens with that is people end up getting somebody else. So what they do is, what you normally do in the stock market is you buy something when it's low and you sell it when it's high. What you can do also is you can sell it first and then buy it later when it's lower. So you sell it high and then you buy it low.
Yeah.
But to do that, you're going to somebody else who owns the stock and say, hey, I will give you some money if you give me your stock and I'm going to sell it. And you get this bank of money and you will get your stock back later. Well, so all these companies, all these hedge funds, and all these other places have bought up all these people's stocks and they sold it to the market with the expectation for it to go down. Some people caught wind of this and also with the realization that GameStop stock should probably be worth more. A bunch of people start talking and tons of people have purchased into it and made it skyrocket. One guy that's been purchasing it for, he was just this has to happen. This has to eventually go up. It was worth $5 a share. And so he actually dumped, there was another podcast, he dumped his 401k into it, his house deposit, every penny he owned. He'd been dumping into it for last 6 months. He's dumped over $200,000 into this stock over the past 6 months. And then he's one of them that has sold it, and he did make for almost $4 million. So he's gonna go buy his house. He's gonna buy his wife a car. Are you having some questions about your movie pass stock that you can only sell?
No, I'm trying to figure out what happened to my Fitbit stock.
Oh.
How do you sell? I might be able to just sell it.
Do you still have it?
It doesn't show up anywhere, but I also don't show any deposits, so
I have to admit, I don't show any deposits, but
I
know
pissing me off.
I know it existed. Let me see if I can find out where those came from, because I used that money already. But it is, I know it. I know you made money off it. Let's just see where I can figure out where it happened. That's the transfers. Because it closed out. Let me see when this happened.
Crap.
Because they closed it out
Microsoft
shortly
shares gonna be
after.
a lot of money.
This is like back at. Yeah. I agree. Links. This is like January 14th. Oh, Stag market buy January 12th.
What'd you find it?
Wait. Never mind. That's the wrong one. That's buying stocks. Huh.
Trade? Buy. Sell.
Did you find out where to
Selling
find the
shares.
sells?
Yeah, why do I only have one share to sell? Whatever. This is not riveting, so
Oh, yeah, I know.
it's just making me mad.
Exciting.
Yeah, I don't know why I only have one share to sell because I have more on here.
What do you mean one share to sell? You mean like one stock item? What are you trying to sell?
Well, I was trying to see if my Fitbit stock would show up there.
Oh.
It doesn't. In fact, neither does my Rad one. And I have one of those too. Like, it shows it. So, yeah. What if? I'll worry about it later.
All right.
And by worry about it later, I'll probably forget. Because that's me lately.
That does happen.
But yeah, Google acquired Fitbit.
Yes.
For official. At least in the US.
No official.
Like, I know, but is it... Have the other countries approved it as well, like Europe?
They were an American company.
Oh,
An
I know
American
that.
company buying an American. Well, okay, the EU approved the acquisition in late December.
Okay. Because I think that's a thing.
Maybe you're right. I guess it is.
Because they could do the merger in America, but I don't know that they'd be able to operate in Europe anymore.
Unless they got the approval. I can see that.
Because of anti-competitive stuff. Because that was the whole reason why it took so long, right? Because they were worried the Alphabet was getting too big.
A lot of people were.
Which I'm kind of agree with to a point.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
Yes,
speaking of...
Did keep on going into
I was
all
going to
that.
bring up Robinhood.
Which part of Robinhood?
That one. I don't know
All right.
anything about it, so you'll have to talk.
Let's see.
I was just going to bring it up because it's the same, like it's related to Robinhood.
Well, that's the other thing. Also, so all these people also, but games back on the GameStop stock though. Not only did people on Reddit get, but so did Jeff Bezos. So did a bunch of famous people. So did a bunch of rich people. So a bunch of people have actually taken advantage of this. This 10-year-old kid was given GameStop stock by his grandma, and he ended up cashing it out. He just got it 2 years ago, and he has taken his money. It was estimated about $3,200, so it wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah.
It was only probably like a handful of shares at
Yeah.
that point. And after talking to $6 each at the time, and the certificates were printed off. And he's going to his mother. The mother-son investing duo has said $2,200 of the funds is going into his savings account, and they decided to leave $1,000 out to invest in more. So it's really cool, though. And he's got some, he ended up setting on things and learning how to just sit on the stock. It's really what you should do with most
He'll
of
be a
it.
day trader one day. Probably not.
Probably not.
Because day trading is stressful.
Well, hopefully his $1,000 ends up, helping him out later in life, whether paying for his college, a house, whatever.
Maybe. But if it's sitting in that savings account, it's not going to do anything.
No. 2,000 is going into a savings account. 1,000 is going back
I know
into
that.
investment.
But I'm just saying that 2,000 isn't going to do anything.
Probably not. But the 1,000 could.
Yeah,
depending on what
1,000
it goes.
could.
Yeah. But you're talking about the Robinhood CEO.
Yeah. I don't know anything about this one.
It's the next round of tech CEOs that has to go talk to the House. So what happened is the
There's
CEO.
not a whole lot on this
I
article.
know it's like it was even saying a 1 minute read. I'm like, that's a little long.
This is a Twitter post.
Yes, it totally is. Should probably go to the other link, to the actual Politico link. But so what Robinhood also did is where the stock market started with GameStop and AMC and Nokia and BlackBerry, they all started multiplying in their worth by quite a bit. Like I said, GameStop went from $5 to $500.
Yeah. Wasn't like a month.
Well, within a week, within days. So it wasn't even like a month. It was like days. It went that high. But so Robinhood is a small company. That's the thing that I think a lot of people are kind of realizing with this, but they're frustrated with it. Is they hold X amount of ability to buy, and when people go buy 1,000 shares, when everybody that has a Robinhood stock goes buy 1,000 shares,
it's a lot of shares.
Yeah. Oh, people were going for the sky on this. Rocket ship to the moon. Straight up rocket ship to the moon. Robinhood is go like, well, so the stock market ended up like locking things up. Robinhood ended up shutting down ability to buy the stock because there's a small company that can only have so much. But there is lawsuits coming up. They're going to have to talk to it because of Robinhood existence, this could happen, or this was able to happen. Because you're not, what are you going to go, like, oh, I heard about a short sale. Go to the hedge fund that obviously is hedging, hoping that the short sale does happen. Tell them you want to buy 10,000 stocks. They're not going to be happy with you, and they probably won't even let it go through. Robinhood didn't stop it initially. And Robinhood doesn't even like directly go to the market. They go through a company that buys from the market. So there is actually steps between Robinhood and the stock market. And that is what is interesting at this is that so it made it slow, it made all this stuff, and that's also Robinhood still skims off the top. The hedge fund that they sell through or they buy stocks from skims off the top when you buy. And then the fact that they stopped the sales, and there's a lot of talk about that, like how dare they stop the sales. But on the other side, because of this, you're able to normal people are able to jack up a stock price. So rich people are now, or the people that normally trade are kind of in an issue about it. There's even some lawsuits about hunting down certain users on Reddit for making the stock market be all weird and
volatile. More volatile than it normally is.
A lot more volatile than they wanted it to be. But like I said, GameStop stock should not have been that low. Where it's what is it like $60 or $90 right now at the time of this recording? That's a more realistic price for GameStop stock. Yeah, they probably don't need to be the top 10 stocks on the market, but this is still realistic. And there's also so few stocks currently out there. Some of these hedge funds were trying to buy it back, so they close out their short sales, and they put in a purchase for 1,000 shares. There's not 1,000 shares to purchase. Or at least at the time of them doing it. There might be now because there's been a lot of selling going on because some people are worried about it. Because it went up to 500, it's down to 92.
Yeah, like if you look at the 1 month projection, went from 17, 18 on...
About a month ago?
No, well, January 12th. And then it started going up, and it was like $35 January 15th, and then it was $43 on January 21st, and January 25th, $76, almost $77, and then 27th, it's $347.
If you about a year ago, it was $3.50. $3, $4, $4.
Yeah. See, I did that like my Fitbit stock originally.
Yeah.
I bought it when I think it was at 5, and I only bought it I think I bought like 10 shares on it just because it's just something to do. And I did that mostly because I was looking at the history, and their all-time high was like $25 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they ever got that high.
No, never again.
Well, I think they made it up to like 8 though at one point.
This is the highest that GameStop has ever been worth. Not only the 500 one that they hit. I swear there's a 500 in there. Nope. It says 325. I thought there was a 500 once.
No, they made it to 347.
All right.
Your chart's probably not zoomed in enough.
Yeah, probably. But
it's weird that it's averaging that part out though.
I know. Back in 2007 it was worth $62. So, yeah, it's...
Yeah, GameStop kind of took a hit after, stuff started going digital.
Mm-hmm.
Because GameStop's mostly... Well, yeah, they are still mostly physical. You can do digital, but that's by digital you are basically just buying gift cards.
Well, remember they bought... Geek... No, there was a...
Yeah, GameSpot.
No, not GameSpot.
Oh, EB Games.
No, they bought like a company that sells like random toys and stuff online.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. GameStop Acquisitions. If I can figure out how to spell acquisitions.
ThinkGeek.
Yes.
They bought ThinkGeek. That wasn't even that long ago. That was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was less than 2 years ago.
They were trying to expand their market.
And obviously, if they're buying companies, they're not really hurting. And this is when their stock is worth like... I moved away from that one. But it started going down. And this also happened with Volkswagen. So the same stuff that's happening. Volkswagen had this like volatility. Maybe some people knew what was going on. And they were worth about $200. They bounced around. They were about to go out of debt, or they were about to go bankrupt, and then they jumped to I think $1,000 or $2,000 a share. So it happens. Mm-hmm. This type of stuff happens to the market all the time. It's just normal people are noticing.
EB Games is owned by GameStop. Just putting that out there.
Also, see, GameStop owns lots and lots of things.
Yeah, I used to go to an EB Games. I liked them more. They had better prices. Or at least the one I went to did.
Yeah.
But that was also like, I don't know, 12 years ago. Oh, man, it might have been 15.
Man, you old.
Yeah, it might have been 15.
Back in your day.
More than half of my life ago. Yee. Anyways.
How's that make you feel, old man?
Existential dread.
Aww. Oh, and also, this is also so big. The White House even ended up talking about, like, the White House is watching the situation.
Yeah.
I thought that was great when I heard that.
Yeah, it made a big splash.
And
still making big splash.
Yeah. The memes on it are amazing.
Oh, this short squeeze is already in Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So the subreddit is called Wall Street Bets. And they also use little emojis for their symbols to see what it is. So there's like diamonds and hands emoji. It means hold.
Oh.
Hold strong. The idea of also like diamonds are made under stress. So the idea that the market has, like I said, gone up and then come back down and quite a bit. They're still like, hey, just hold off. Like I said, the Volkswagen one was like a 4-month event of the volatility before it spiked up. And then there's the rocket ship and the moon. This is stock that's going to go skyrocket. It's going to go to the moon. There's even a little. I've got this new in front of the Wall Street Bull. It's quite entertaining. Somebody built a snowman snoo. That's the Reddit little guy.
Yeah.
In front of the Wall Street Bull. What's the other one? The poop emoji is, I sold too soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
And then they have they're obviously their main character, kind of this sunglasses, almost like Wolf of Wall Street style look. It's like, oh yeah. And that's, the subreddit is, it's Wall Street Bets. If you go look at the others that are, because there's a bunch of them that have gained popularity. And a lot of them are even like, hold up. So Wall Street Bets has gained the most followers. Robinhood has. Investing has. Stock market. Cryptocurrency. Doge was actually up there. Doge. Yeah, that one. Because it's went up. But even just looking at the top ones, they're just, the finance, economics, crypto markets. I mean, there's just so many of these. They're up there. And you go look at some of the other subreddits, and they talk about like, we are not like, because Wall Street Bets is a very unique group that has lots of memes and makes fun of the market and does all sorts of other interesting things, but they are the kind of one of the more extreme ones, but they are making changes. They're making waves right now. And yeah, it's entertaining. There's one user that's actually they're constantly throwing money at it, and they're posting about it, and they're making memes about it, and it's like something bad word. See, I can't even find him now. But he's just been posting stuff all about it. And all his purchases, which everyone's making fun of him, going like, "Oh, this is the dude you follow because he's putting all this money and he's making sure the market." Oh yeah, deep effing value is the username.
Oh,
constantly throwing money at the market. Today, he put
that's a lot.
Yeah. He bought 50,500 shares today. Wait, is that purchased? Yeah.
Wait, that other one has an April 16th.
Oh, you're right.
Is that a short sell?
$12 call. That might be. Or that's how many shares he currently has.
I like the top comment.
I know. Some of them are pretty amazing.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah. So, but that's the other thing is people are trying to take the user deep effing value to court. They're trying to take some of the other big posters that posted about the information on this. But either way, like
is that because it could be considered insider trading,
or whatever it is, altering the market? I think there's another term when you end up like gathering a bunch of people together to mess with the market, but you're not insider trading. You're just messing with the market.
I haven't heard of that one. Kind of wouldn't surprise me though, in a way.
But yeah, and I'm sure there's laws against it, and it's interesting though about this entire situation, entire thing. And I have to admit, I slightly hopped on the boat.
You hopped on the bandwagon.
Yes, to the moon. Rocket ship emoji, moon emoji. And I only spent like $30. You know, and I did not spend like the 100 I spent on what's it called, on MoviePass. Spent $100 on MoviePass, and I currently own like 3 cents of MoviePass stock.
You said you spent 100?
Yes, I spent 100. I am negative on that stock so much. Let's see.
Oh, I have so much money that on the screen it has 0.
I have a total return. No, click into it. Hey, scroll down.
Oh.
I have a total return of negative $98.44.
Mine has a total return of $29.55, and I think I spent 30.
Ah. Wait, positive or negative?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not great.
How many shares you got?
500.
Wow.
Because I bought it when it was really low.
Yeah, I bought it when
Because some
it was
people were expecting it to spike.
I bought it when it was worth $4, and I only have 24 shares.
Yeah, and mine went through a few splits.
Yeah.
At least one.
Well, that was my average cost. I guess I did buy it through a few. Actually, you got the splits. I forgot about that, and the reverse splits too. That's the other reason for the.
Yeah, they did me dirty. But that's how stocks is.
Yep. I was hoping they would do well. I invested in them.
I ended up really hating them as a company.
Honestly, AMC, I'm not even like I honestly thought about buying them way long time ago as it was, but I was like, I also believe they are. Yeah, they've talked about bankruptcy. They're probably never going to go away. They're the biggest U.S. theater company. If they were to go down, there's some big problems with the entire movie theater industry.
So they're the biggest They're the biggest in the industry right now. That could change in a couple of years.
Correct.
Because
I'll sell before then. Okay.
Because look at Blockbuster.
What?
They were the biggest in the movie rental industry.
There's still movie rentals?
Yeah, there is actually. Netflix.
I know.
You can still rent DVDs from Netflix.
Yes. There's still a few others. There's still some brick and mortars.
Yeah, I was meaning like huge corporate entities though.
Actually, didn't the last Blockbuster just close?
No, there's still one more left. Pretty sure.
I thought that one closed finally. Because that's why they were doing like a Airbnb.
Gosh.
And they were like renting it out. Oh, in Australia. Back on March 31st, 2019.
I think there's still one open in America.
Oh, I thought Australia was the last one.
The last Blockbuster in the world located in Bend, Oregon.
What?
There's a movie about it.
Oh, yes, there's a movie.
And it actually held its own kind of somewhat during the pandemic.
All right.
So it's still around. It is the last one, though. Which is just nuts. Because they went under, 15 years ago?
That does make sense. Because I did hear they were doing Airbnb like in December about that you could like rent them with a few close friends. And it was only December. It was only for local people.
How did I say 10 years?
That they what?
That they went out of business.
Oh, is that when they did? 10 years ago?
I mean, they went out of business in 2010. But when I said 10 years ago, I was thinking like 2006. It's not 2016, guys. Surprise,
Nope.
Surprise.
Some people wish it was. Nostalgia. Think about all the
I'd
stock
be okay
you
with
would buy.
that, actually.
Think about all the stock you could buy.
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm just going based off of my life.
Oh.
I had friends.
What? Am I not your friend? We're just co-hosts.
I had roommates.
Oh.
I could fix that, though. The world wasn't ending. I actually went to work and enjoyed it. Now I don't go to work. A remote to work.
That has been entertaining.
All right. So Amazon has a games, like they sell games apparently. Like they make games.
They make games. They made games.
Did they 100% stop that?
They suck at it.
Okay. Because I didn't know they did it at all.
The Amazon Game Studio. Okay, they still kind of have it.
Oh, there's a website. Obviously there's a website, but...
AmazonGames.com.
Pac-Man Live Studio coming soon. Chase Co-op. Well, okay. It went away, so I can't read it anymore.
No, do I need to go back to it? Does that help?
Chase Co-op high...
Oh, it's the Pac-Man one? I was like looking at...
Chase Co-op high scores and share custom mazes live on Twitch. Oh, are they trying to go for like the Tetris 99 thing?
Probably.
And the Mario 35. I never played Mario 35. I never played Tetris 99, actually, to be fair.
You get a bunch of free games through Twitch and all that.
Careers at Amazon Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making a game, I guess. That's the more thing about it is like...
Well, they've made a couple of games that they've had to pull because of bad reviews and negative feedback and stuff. And I think I read in this article that some of them were about like racial insensitivities or something like that. So that's a thing.
They do have a new game coming out. The game pre-order called The New World.
The New World. There's a closed beta.
Yes. You can pre-order.
You have to buy. Yeah, you probably have to buy in to get.
Probably have to buy
beta.
into it.
So it's
all $50.
Yeah. Ooh. When does it say it releases? March 25th, 21. Nice. So in about 2 months. In about 1 month and 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Not 2 months.
But they're kind of, they're not making the best. It's kind of like EA. A lot of people are happy that Star Wars is moving away from EA.
Yeah, EA. Blech.
But I think they're moving to somebody else.
No, I mean, if they're moving away from EA, they're
Or
probably
they
going
could,
to somewhere else.
Well, they could. Well, yeah. But I mean, Disney could make it internal.
But EA also says it's not done. That's the title of the article.
Yeah. But I want to say that they were actually moving over to Origin or...
Well, who owns the game portion of Star Wars? It just Disney own the whole thing? I don't remember.
Disney owns all and everything.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I wasn't sure if it was like a Fox thing where they don't own all of it because legal reasons. Because they can't own...
Oh, that's actually later news about the EA is still making some Star Wars. And I have to admit, EA is making... Or Star Wars games are complicated to make.
Yeah, but that's not the reason why people hated the last one.
Well, some of the reasons. But not all the reason.
It was microtransaction to all heck.
Yes.
Is why people hated it, because it's EA. That's what EA does with their games. And yes, some microtransactions is fine. But they made it to where, and I think they fixed this later, but, well, fixed. But when it first came out, like, you could unlock everything. It would take hours and hours and hours, and not like... No, I mean, yeah, games are grindy, but I think this is like tens to hundreds of hours to unlock, like, a cosmetic item. And the only other game that's that grindy that people are okay with, well, sort of okay with, is World of Warcraft. Because sometimes you can... Like, there was this one streamer who she was trying to get a mount, and she had to do a dungeon run, like, I don't know, like 350 times.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And each one took about... Because she was just... It was older content, so she was just doing it herself, but...
Yeah.
I think it took... Each one was about 5 to 10 minutes to get to that point, and then she found out that she didn't get it, and so she would leave and then start again.
See, that's something else I have to admit that's like nice about ESO is the dungeon, especially the open dungeons. Oh, everyone runs through it. There's actually some stuff that you collect to get certain figures or all that. You just you walk in and you just run around. Like things are going to respawn around you. So you get to kill the boss. You could stand there, wait for the boss to respawn, kill the boss again.
I don't really like that because, let's say you wipe.
Boring, kind of So you could run from one end to the dungeon and back through the other end, or even where the dungeon's a circle, so it drops you off. Like you go through a door, you drop off the ledge. You could literally run it again. You just keep on running this circle constantly, and everything's going to be spawned back up unless you're following too close to some people who've already done some wiping.
Yeah, and that's because I think I don't know how the dungeons were actually to begin with WoW, but I feel like they weren't instants in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like that. And
there are instance dungeons in ESO as well.
I just feel like it would be annoying to... Well, having the stuff respawn, it is kind of nice in a sense, but, let's say you get to the end boss, you wipe,
yeah,
and it sends you all the way back to the beginning.
Or you wander back to the beginning, yeah. Because you could stand there. You can literally stand there.
No, I mean you wipe, meaning you die. Your whole party dies.
Okay.
That's what a wipe is.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you wipe the dungeon. Clean.
No, so your party actually wipes. The boss wipes you.
Yeah.
And you get sent back to the beginning. All the creatures spawn, so you got to fight through all of them again.
Oh, no, that's the nice thing also about ESO. You can decide if you want to jump back to the beginning, or you use soul gems that you have filled up, and you just respawn where you're standing. And so even if the big boss killed you, as long as one person, not even your party, because especially on a closed dungeon, yes, those reset. You leave, you come back. On an open dungeon, whoever wanders in. So basically, as long as the big bad,
as long as
evil,
it's engaged in with someone, yeah,
doesn't have to be part of your team, just has to be existing. That boss will not reset. So people can keep on coming to life and dying on their own, as long as everybody that is attacking this thing as long as somebody's still attacking it or running from it. That's something else is also, I guess, like you said, engaged, which means.
Doesn't it pull? Once you get so far away, won't it just go back?
If you get so far away, yes. But if you have the ability to literally run circles...
to kite it.
If the area is big enough. So you're just if your character is fast enough and able to avoid some of the ult hits, you can just, like you said, kite it. You just run around while everybody starts respawning. And if you can get two people, you might be able to kite it and keep anchoring it while somebody else goes around and respawns everyone so they can come back to life faster.
Yeah, well, isn't like that really. There's some classes that can respawn once, but it's by respawn they reincarnate or whatever, but you can only the cooldown is once every half hour, so once you use it, you have to wait a half hour to use it again. And then there's also a concept of battle resing, but most of the time, if you die, you have to wait till either your party finishes the fight or they all die to even respawn.
So battle resing is different. I can still bring people back to life during the battle. So there's the PvP or PvE.
PvE is player versus environment.
Oh, okay. So PvP. So there is the Citadel or the main areas where you have the three factions and they're all fighting to control the area. But you're also fighting the environment. So you're fighting the environment and you're fighting other players. And if your people can res you back, or you can bounce back to one of your safe areas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun. I've been enjoying it because there's a new event going on where you run around and basically get destroyed. Is what it feels like. I have a character that's more of a crafter than a fighter. He shoots bows and arrows.
He's squishy.
He doesn't shoot bows. He shoots arrows with bows, and he's not a solo at all. And that's the way I kind of play. So I'm building up some necromancers to be more beasts, or I just need to build some thing else that can be solo run. Something that does lots of damage. That's why I kind of like the necromancer idea. If I have one necromancer that is probably going to be squishy, but they're going to be super powerful. Another one's going to be a tank, but both of them should also be able to have an army of dead following them. They're like, rise, I have killed, and rise, now go kill for me.
Yeah, that's one class they don't have in WoW. It's necromancy.
It's new. It's fairly new to ESO.
I don't think they do. Well, I don't know. Because I think a Death Knight could be kind of considered necromancy. Like, they have some elements that are like it. Because you can raise skeletons. You're not raising the dead. Well, I mean, yeah, skeletons just appear out of the ground. Anywhere you are.
Ah.
So you're more conjuring? But, yeah. I want to talk about Stadia.
All right.
So Stadia.
Also, among other things that suck at making games, and another Google thing.
Well, it's not like Google sucks at making games because they have some companies that they're...
Oh, no, not suck at making games, just Google.
Suck at projects?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So, I'm calling this the beginning of the end, but Stadia has shut down their internal studios for developing games. And they spent a lot of money on it.
Yes.
And I felt like... You removed me from a card.
Oh, do you want your name back on?
No, it's fine. No, like I just got a weird notification.
Oh, that's actually...
Like, look, read it.
Huh. Interesting.
Anyways.
Behind the curtain.
I must have actually... Oh, I think I clicked watch.
I removed your watchingness.
Okay, that's fine. Anyways. Yeah, they've shut that down. And now they're just handling the streaming end of it, which makes sense. I mean, they don't need to have both, but they're also, like, they're not having a compelling reason to get on Stadia. And I think, like, the biggest one recently was Cyberpunk. Was it Cyberpunk 2077? Is that the name of it? I know the year part's right.
It's Cyberpunk.
Okay, so I think a lot of people are getting it for Cyberpunk because it runs like crap on everything. And so that's, like, the only guaranteed way to get decent hardware without paying an arm and a leg for...
the next-gen console?
No, well, it's... You heard about what happened on PS4, right?
Yeah, but PS5 was good.
I mean, it was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't great.
The Xbox, I thought it was good. But Xbox also tends to get a lot of that, too.
I mean, the Xbox... I think on the Xbox One, it didn't run very well.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that one. I'm saying the next-gen one.
But that's not the point. If you release it, it needs to run at least okay. But
True.
Anyways. And so, like, they don't really have a compelling reason for people to get on the service. And so if they don't get people, it's just going to... It's like a vicious cycle for this case because they need people to keep the service up, but people won't go on it because people are worried about the service going down because that's what Google does.
Yes.
Even if it's wildly successful and people love it, they'll still can it if they want to. For, like, seemingly weird reasons.
But you know what else is going to the Stadia?
What's that?
ESO.
Really?
Yes. They're actually talking about that with their next big release that's going to happen. That is available. The new map is available on Stadia. So which means all of ESO will be available on Stadia.
So there's another service a streaming service for games that is decent, I think. I think it's a thing still. I think it's Nvidia. Yeah, GeForce Now.
They launched it back in, like, June.
Oh. Well, there you go. Do you know about GeForce Now, though?
I feel like I should... Oh, wait. Maybe. Yes. I do remember that thing.
So basically... I think with GeForce Now, they're more selling the service, like the hardware as a service instead of the games as a service. So I think on GeForce Now, you run what you own. So even like if you lose GeForce Now, you still can keep all your
games.
Yeah, I think that's how that works. But I'm gonna look this up because maybe I'm thinking of a different streaming service.
Well, I remember there was a lot of that.
Yeah, your games, your devices.
Uh-huh.
And so if I were to pay for any kind of gaming service, it would probably be GeForce Now. Game streaming service.
Well, that's the other thing also that's been nice about Steam.
Yeah, because your games are just there.
As long as the games were made for the device, which these would probably run to the same thing, is...
because
something that's made for that's not made for the Mac or made for your phone, your Android phone. Yeah, obviously you're not going to play the big beast on your. Well, actually,
no, you can.
It would be
it'll
possible.
Stream it.
Yeah, it'd be more It would be weird. Yeah, you're right. So actually, this is an absolute like the Stadia, which you can do that with Stadia on your. You don't need,
except for the iPhone.
I noticed the iPhone wasn't on the list.
No, it's there, but you have to use the browser due to Apple's weird licensing stuff.
But I thought, somebody got past that. Was it Google?
No, you're probably thinking Xbox.
Was it Microsoft? Did Microsoft get past that?
Well,
somebody got past that recently.
Define get past that.
They have a gaming app store in Apple apps.
You can, yeah, but you have to pay. Like, their thing is that if you, like, they wanted a piece of the pie from any game that you bought on the service. Which, I mean, it's an in-app purchase, so that kind of makes sense. But then you have GeForce Now, and that gets harder to do, because with GeForce Now, you're paying for the service, and then I think you can buy the games on there, but that's not like the main point. And so it's just like it was a weird choice for Apple to do, in my opinion. Like, in a sense, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's a weird gray area. If I understand this correctly, I haven't looked into this for like 6 to 9 months, and so I'm very hazy.
During a couple of days ago, apparently, Apple and Nvidia GeForce Now is working together with something to have it support, and Nvidia now to support the new chips.
Well, I imagine it still would have worked. It just would have ran in Rosetta. But maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't work. Maybe they might have been taking advantage of some hardware thing that I don't know.
But yeah. So there's some stuff going on. I don't remember. There was somebody, though, that I know got an app on a game app store in Apple's App Store, and it was a fight. I don't remember if it was...
I feel like that would have been Xbox then.
You think it was Microsoft?
Xbox Now or something.
Or
App
whoever.
Store. Yeah, Xbox on the App Store. This might just be the... Yeah, well...
That's just the...
This is Remote Play.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. Game Pass.
I don't think it was Epic. I know Epic's been trying to do that for a while, but I don't remember which company it was. But I know somebody did. Somebody made it in.
Yeah, I think it's Game Pass. And it took a while for them to actually get on there. So, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because I do know that Game Pass and GeForce Now are having issues. And it looks like Game Pass got past it somehow. Whether they just acquiesced or not, I don't know.
Well, there's the cloud gaming, but then apparently they're also still having browser-based iOS gaming for later this year. But I swear somebody got... somebody did. Or maybe they all got yanked. But it is interesting. And we probably should start wrapping things up. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, we complained about Jeff Bezos last week, so he's not going to be CEO of Amazon. Or isn't.
He's
CEO?
Stepping down.
When is it effective? Because the
shall-
article makes it sound like it was already done.
Well, as of July
it's a transition.
1st. Transition.
So we still got a couple months with him.
Yes. Well, him. And the thing is, he is the richest. He is doing. Wait, did he become the richest, or is Tesla dude richest? I forget which one. One of them is now the richest. But Bill Gates, he was richest for some time, and he stepped down, and he's been using his money.
When was this article made?
You don't know, is Bezos or
really?
Musk? It's either Bezos or Musk that's the richest person right now.
Is this really how Forbes is? Really?
What?
Like, I can't... Okay, this is a little better, but their scrolling system, they need to update their website. Because, there's 20 scroll bars on here. See that?
Yes. There's a window within a window within a window. So who
a lot of
did they
iframes.
say?
Jeff Bezos.
They say Bezos over Musk.
I don't know when this was updated last, though. But then there's Musk. So Bezos is at 192 billion. Elon is at 184 billion, almost 185. And then the Bernard family is at 152. Bill Gates is at 124.
Individually.
And then Mark Zuckerberg is at 97.6.
That was October 2020.
Okay, well, it's fairly recent.
I got it January 21st. If it'll open. From Investopia. And it's Elon Musk at 197 billion. I thought Musk had made it the richest. And Bezos is number 2 at 180. I guess once he became number 2, he decided it was time to stop being CEO and start doing other things. Individually, Bill Gates is number 3 at 132.
Is that just Bill Gates, or does that...
That's just Bill Gates.
Okay.
I'm sure, he shares the money with his wife, but...
Well, he does, yeah, but...
But it's probably under his name.
Because, I think their net worth together would probably be higher.
Yeah.
In fact, it would definitely be higher. How much is another question. Richest, instead of richest people in the world, richest couples.
Well, I would go... Well...
I don't care about celebrity couples.
Except I could see... Wait, is Bezos married again?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to him.
I know he got divorced and he lost a chunk of his money to turn around and become the richest again.
Yeah, everything is just giving me celebrity stuff, so I don't care anymore.
Warren Buffett is number 6.
He's that far down?
Well, come on. He gives Bill Gates so much money to do research and everything. Both of those people, the fact that they aren't number 1, the fact that Bill Gates, actually the fact that they're both top 10 is impressive for how much money they give away and to research and into funds and all this other stuff.
So whenever this is made on Money Inc., it puts Bill and Melinda Gates at number 1. Combined net worth is $89.6 billion. That doesn't sound right. Never mind. Ignore me.
That was that one.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, that did
topic.
seem a little low. I was like, wait, what?
It's definitely low because his net worth,
Bill Gates alone, is
unless
worth more
his
than
wife is in terrible, crippling debt,
that.
that number doesn't add up.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt that she's in that bad of debt, if any.
Yeah.
And I doubt she's in debt at all.
But yeah, there is a bunch of rich people that do good and a bunch of rich people that just like their money.
They like their money and they want to sit on it.
Yep. Or they don't know how to spend it.
Yeah, and so you either...
I do admit, Bezos can't just make his net worth disappear so he can give it away because it's all in Amazon. Like if he was to sell off all of his stock, Amazon would just fall apart at that point. That's why Bill Gates, he can only sell so much Microsoft stock at a time.
Well, so from what I've heard, Bill Gates isn't CEO anymore, so...
He's not CEO, but he is the majority holder still, I believe.
Either way, if you're CEO of a company, though, because I think people are freaking out because the people who are making the COVID vaccine,
Yeah.
Well, one of them, the CEO, like the day that the vaccine came out, the CEO just happened to sell off a bunch of stock. That's because apparently as a CEO, you can't sell your stock because that would be insider trading.
Yes.
So they set up scheduled like selling at certain points.
Yeah.
And so just the fact that that was the day that his stuff sold just was kind of
People were saying
unfortunate.
It's hokey. Yeah.
But yeah, which makes
Honestly-
sense. But
Honestly, you would sell it afterwards, not before.
well, it depends. If he was like the conspiracy theorists out there would
Oh.
say that he doesn't feel like the vaccine is good or will
I
do
get
any
it.
good or will tank, and so the shares will tank.
I get it.
But if you're a CEO, you're not allowed to just sell your own stock
Drat.
because
Well,
Insider
there's
trading.
also there's that, and there's also to protect lawsuit from the CEO and shareholders, between the CEO and the shareholders. There's a lot of that stuff that happens too. I feel like the something curtain or something like that.
yeah.
But we should probably end things.
Okay.